WTIM. Good morning. You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and our morning show brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman, and joining us in this segment, I've got Tony Clark, administrator, and Stephanie Pethel is the activity director with Taylorville Estates. Good morning to the both of you. How are we?
Good morning.
And Stephanie, did I get your last name right there?
You did.
Okay. All right. Just making sure before we get too far into the weeds here today. Well, we've got you here to talk Taylorville Estates, and for most of us, we probably know what Taylorville Estates is and the combination of things that go on there. But I am wondering if you could just kind of dive in for a moment and tell us a little bit about Taylorville Estates, some background on it before we get started with activities that Stephanie's got too.
We are an assisted living facility. It's for people that can't quite stay at home any longer or choose not to. They come out to our facility and they move in. It's like a regular apartment. They bring all their furnishings that they want. They make it their own. We then have 3 meals a day. We have activities. We have housekeeping. We have laundry. You don't have to do any of the work that you do when you live at home alone.
Sure.
So it's much easier for them. And there's somebody there 24 hours a day in case they should need anybody. They don't have to be alone and worried that something may happen.
Sure. And family-wise, too, I'm sure is a nice feel, too, when you know that your family member is being taken care of in Taylorville Estates. So with that being the case, you mentioned that sometimes it's a choice, actually, to come to Taylorville Estates and get that assisted living. What's that look like for somebody that maybe is interested or is maybe teetering on that line? How do they maybe find out more?
They can just give us a call or stop by at any point, and we are happy to give a tour at any time. We have folders that have all the information available for them that they can pick up or the family member can pick up to introduce that conversation to them. Sometimes some of them will be a little more hesitant, but family is knowing that it's coming down the road, that they are going to need a little extra help. So they can definitely come get the information and, we can help lead them through that process.
Something to jump on earlier than later, maybe before it really becomes a necessary thing.
Yes, because we typically have a wait list. So they do want to get their name on it so that when one becomes available, they can choose whether they're ready or not and they want to take that leap. If they are not ready, then we just keep them on the wait list and we move to the next person.
Yeah. So a good problem to have, having a wait list that has folks. But
definitely,
with that being the case, that also shows that good things are being told and, and people want to come. So at 705 South Houston Street in Taylorville, and the phone number best to reach 217-824-2222.
Correct.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Anything else you'd like to share about background on Taylorville Estates? Anything else before we talk a whole lot of the fun stuff with Stephanie here?
No, I'm looking forward to talking to the fun stuff.
All right. Well, let's do so. Well, Stephanie, you are the activity director, and what's a normal day? And I say normal. I don't know if there's much normal probably for you, but what's a normal day-to-day kind of look like for you in terms of setting up the activities, putting things together that are fun and fresh for those that are with you?
I make my calendars a month ahead of time, so I'm trying to focus on having at least 4 things for them to do during the day. Sometimes it turns into 5. There are other things I do in the building. Anywhere that I get seen, I'm asked, what are we doing today? So we start off Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays are a 15-minute morning stretch. I do everything from a chair. You have the option to stand, of course, if you can and want to, but we have some people that sit in wheelchairs, so we try to do everything we can to include the whole entire building. We'll mini golf from the wheelchair if you need to. I give them plenty of time to adjust themselves or learn how to make that happen from the chair. The exercise, sometimes we have people that sit in the chairs. I want to include everybody. I don't want to exclude anyone. So I try to do everything where it's multiple people, no matter what condition they're in, can do it. We'll do pool noodle on other days, which is a game where they sit in a circle and they have a pool noodle, bat the balloon back and forth. I use music a lot because it is extraordinary for bringing them back to life. They remember whenever they were driving around in a car, or they were dating, or and I use the same music because the residents learn the words and start singing the songs to it. It's nothing for the staff and the residents to be dancing while the music's going. We sometimes throw events or parties, like we had a Jimmy Buffett in the summer, and Margaritaville. I just try to sometimes it's food. Food brings people together. We do ice cream sundaes in the summertime. Sometimes in the fall, we'll make some kind of dessert together. We have cooking class. We have bingo is a big one. There's bingo 2 times a week, and nobody misses bingo. They get a prize if you win bingo. So they're all excited to win and come up and pick up their prize. We do toiletries or dish soap, shampoo, stuff that because they don't shop a lot. I shop for them on Fridays, but outside of that, they love to take care of themselves. So if they can grab toilet paper or dish soap for their apartment or things like that, that's what the bingo prizes are.
I think that's a good deal, right?
Yes.
Then you keep things coming about. But what I've noticed here, and I've got the calendar for June laid out in front of me for those that are listening, it's loaded. But there are some things that are also kind of regularly scheduled, as you mentioned, like with the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday 15-minute morning stretch. So not only is there things to have as a staple or like rely on happening, there's also the new fresh things coming in and different things about like that. What else can you tell us about all the activities going on? I mean, there's so many. I don't know what else, or I don't know where else to go, I guess.
And my favorite is when someone comes in and they don't think that they want anything to do with activities. They're kind of quiet and not sure about where they are and its new surroundings, and they'll come just sneak around the corner just to see what's going on, and they'll see everybody laughing or something that they've never experienced before. It's not too long before they're like, I might be in on this. And the ones that are regularly scheduled, that's good for them because they're learning, okay, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, this is what I'm going to be doing. And a lot of them remember that. And so they'll get themselves down there. Anybody that I don't see, and I make it my personal, every time I have an activity, I go door to door. I knock on every door every time, offer the activity, even if it's someone that typically tells me no.
Okay.
Because I don't want anyone left out.
Well, certainly not that. But also, like you mentioned, somebody comes in and they're like, I'm not doing that. And then it's really hard to be like, oh, that sounds like a lot of fun over there. And I'm sitting in here in solace. Like that's not very fun. So how much enjoyment do you get out of that? Just going door to door and just knocking and just saying, hey, come on now. You want to come join for bingo or whatever else. Now, bingo, you might not have the problems with that. But how fun is that for you on a day-to-day?
I absolutely love the smile on their face, or when they experience something that they haven't, or I get somebody to come to activities with me that's told me no several times. And I'm like, all right, I got you. We're going to go do this. You're going to have fun and you're going to be one of my regulars.
And
it makes me happy.
I'm sure for you. And how interesting too, like your day today is different every day almost.
Yes.
So like it keeps that fun and fresh for you on top of it. But I'm right there with you in terms of the consistent things that to look to, but also knowing that, hey, something else fun is coming down the pipe too for that day. So much on June right here is different. And I'm wondering how do you kind of schedule things out? Do you ever get a chance to like get input in terms of, hey, I really like that. That was a lot of fun. Do you take some of that input and then implement it into your next plan?
Yes. So I will ask them if we do something new for the first time. Is this something that you enjoyed? Or is like we played soccer the other day from chairs. I put them in the dining room, moved all the tables, and I put the chairs across from each other. And there was a walker at each end. That's what we used for our goalie. And then I had one of the floor girls help me. We stood at opposite ends, and these guys kicked a soccer ball and played a soccer game, and hadn't done it either ever or for how many years.
Right.
And I said, is this something that you enjoyed, or is there something that you would like to see more of? I mean, I get their input. And then sometimes I'll surprise them. Like it was gorgeous Grandma's Day. I went and got all kinds of props, and I took these ladies' pictures, and then we went in and just kind of cleaned them up. And I mean, they were amazed at what they looked like. They felt beautiful, and they had the feather boas and different hats on. And I probably took 10 or 15 pictures of each one of them. And I got asked over and over by family members, oh my gosh, can you send that to me? And some of them we don't even have anymore, but the family has those photographs.
And that's a beautiful thing for you too,
Yes.
to kind of bring the family about with it. I guess not to use your word there with beautiful grandmas, but that's something to me too, that you take these ladies, especially that took care of themselves so much so all over the course of their life. And then, they go and they don't feel like they have to maybe necessarily anymore, but then you make that happen. I know that they love that. I'm sure of that on this end here. What can you tell me about these happy birthday messages? Because I'm seeing a few. Did we do anything in particular? Like say it is my birthday, like all of a sudden the activities and the fun really is coming to my door?
Yep, absolutely. So whoever's birthday it is, as a surprise, you get your door decorated. It says happy birthday, it has balloons and some other stuff on it. You get to pick what the meal is in the dining room for lunch. So let's say you want fried chicken, a sweet potato, and then some kind of pie. That's the meal. The birthday person is the one that chose the meal. It's all about them. And then the whole staff goes into the dining room and we sing happy birthday with the other residents to whoever's birthday it is that day.
Love it. Because that was something growing up for me that we what do you want for dinner?
Uh-huh.
What type of cake do you want? So I'd love to hear that as well. Some other things that interest me on here, National Iced Tea Day, National Cheese Day. So you're kind of looking at the calendar too, right?
Yes.
And you're going, let me see if I can make it pertinent and timely. How does that kind of go for you?
So when I make the calendar, I will go look just at what the national holidays are. That's where we had a cheese tasting.
Mm-hmm.
I seen it on there and I went and we bought lots of delicious cheeses, but we had some stinky cheeses or we had a rattlesnake on there. And then each person had a plate and a glass of wine and we sampled and rated the cheeses. We had a chili cook-off.
Oh,
yeah. And the residents got to vote. So they had 3 small bowls of chili in front of them. They didn't know whose was whose, but they picked a winner for the chili cook-off. It was just things that I just take it and see what it is, read through it and say, can I do something with that?
And they took it very serious.
Oh, I bet.
As did the staff. The staff was very competitive.
So the pseudo chili capital of Illinois is here in Taylorville,
Yes.
and maybe Taylorville Estates has got an even more niche part of that as well. Well, guys, we've already taken care of 12, almost 13 minutes here, so let's take ourselves a break. I'm joined by Administrator Tony Clark and Stephanie Pethel. She is the Activity Director with Taylorville Estates. We'll come back around. We'll talk more with both of them about Taylorville Estates here on WTIM, your information station.
WTIM.
This is Bill Pinkston, General Sales Manager at Landmark of Taylorville. Fall into huge savings on the remaining 25 models. Right now, you can get a new Chevy Silverado Crew Cab 4-wheel drive for only $39,182. That is a savings of $13,000. New Buick Envistas starting at $23,995, plus 0.9 financing for 36 months, and no payments for 90 days to get you through the holidays. Combine that with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Why would you buy anywhere else? All roads lead to Landmark of Taylorville. And remember,
You always do better at Landmark.
You can feel it coming. Winter's on the way. The cold, the wind, and yes, the snow. Don't spend another season battling old man winter. At Taylorville Estates Assisted Living, you'll stay cozy, comfortable, and cared for. Get on the waiting list now at 705 South Houston in Taylorville. As winter weather hits, make the call and don't fall. Enjoy peace of mind knowing help is always nearby and friends are just down the hall. Stop by and visit with Administrator Tony Clark or call 824-2222. Taylorville Estates Assisted Living, encouraging independence, enriching lives.
Hi, everyone. Nicole Patrick here, your local country financial representative at 1305 West Bresser in Taylorville. I'm proud to recognize the Tornado student athletes that represent our community by being the exclusive sponsor of the WTIM Nicole Patrick Country Financial Player of the Game. During Tornado Sports broadcasts this school year, WTIM announcers will select a player at the end of each game who will receive a certificate for being named our Player of the Game. Good luck to all the teams this season, and go Tornadoes!
Finding the right employees can be a real challenge these days, whether you're hiring full-time or part-time. That's where the regional radio stations come in. We're here to help you connect with the qualified candidates you need. Check out IllinoisJobPost.com. That's IllinoisJobPost.com. It's part of our comprehensive radio and internet employment campaign designed to get your job openings noticed. For details, just reach out to your account manager. Put the power of radio and the internet to work for you at IllinoisJobPost.com.
Pana schools provide excellence in education and are rooted in the Pana community. Become a part of Panther Pride and find out the great things happening in Pana schools by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Jansen's Heating and Air is the home of Dr. Comfort, focusing on customer care for heating and air conditioning across central Illinois for some 35 years. Find out their services, specials, and coupons by clicking their icon on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and our morning show. It's brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm your host, Grayson Bauman. Joining us, Tony Clark, administrator, and Stephanie Pethel. She is the activity director with Taylorville Estates. We've been talking a lot about activities and how they make us feel, but you've shared a couple of memories, maybe stories with me that I'd love for listeners to be able to hear too, because let's put those activities kind of in perspective also. Stephanie, what can you tell us in terms of things that stand out to you over your years?
I love it whenever somebody experiences something that they haven't experienced before. We have a lady in her 90s, and we had a water balloon fight over the summer, and the residents got to throw water balloons at the employees. And she had never held a water balloon in her hand. And the smile that was on her face and the kick she got out of throwing water balloons at somebody was just absolutely joyful to watch her. There are a couple things that she said to me, I've never done this before. I think we played horseshoes with her, and she had not played horseshoes before. My women can be super competitive. It's fun to watch them. Sometimes they'll even, like if we play cornhole, they'll smack talk each other, or there'll be a joke that's told, or we try not to keep score too much because I want everybody to feel good about even getting up there and trying. But once in a while, we'll turn it into a challenge, and this team beat that team.
Women against men.
Yes. Yeah. That's
the
a good
battle
one.
of the sexes, I'm sure, is
yes.
probably a good time with that. But I'm sure you have some other things that stand out too. But the water balloon, when you were telling me that, was like, man, you never held a water balloon in 90 years. But
yeah.
So what else, maybe stands out to you?
We did the Kentucky Derby, and that one was really fun. We took brooms and turned them into horses, and we named our horse. We had the dining room set up like bleachers, and I put hats on the ladies, and they had snacks, and the building is a square, so we ran the square in the Kentucky Derby to see which horse won. The residents really enjoyed that. I like to watch them just come to life. I like to see them smile. I like to see them laugh. I like to see them experience something that they have not either experienced before, or it's been years since they've done it.
And sometimes enough years passes by, it feels like you've never done it in the first place. So with that being the case, guys, we're kind of coming to about our last minute here. You had mentioned tours, Tony. I'm wondering, Stephanie's been telling us about all these fun activities, and for anybody that might be interested in saying, hey, Taylorville Estates is maybe somewhere I would like to be and get on that wait list, by the way, too. What can you tell us in terms of contact information, getting a tour, things of that nature before we wrap up?
For tours, you can stop by anytime. We always have folders of information available, and one of the staff members are always happy to give you a tour. Usually you wind up with 2 or 3 of them because they tag along and they want to know who's looking at coming.
Sure.
Because everybody gets excited when there's going to be somebody new. But anytime they want to come out, they can either give me a call or they can just stop by.
Well, I got to say, Stephanie, you've made it sound like a whole heck of a lot of fun, and it sounds like you continue to do so, and having the passion for it, that is the first thing. So I got to say that I love to hear it. But to the both of you, thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course, Stephanie Pethel and Tony Clark, administrator with Tony and Stephanie as the activity director over at Taylorville Estates, joining us here on the WTIM Morning Show.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville. 96.1 FM Taylorville. 107.5